It was very pleasant. We stopped in Hawaii for a day and want to catch up on the time. It's easier that way. The Prime Minister knows about that. He is such a traveler. No, not I. But as a traveler, I'm home for good to China. One for whom no travel is a penance now. I am most proud to welcome you. I am most proud to welcome you.
Hemisphere beckoned to us, and we have flown
It's prime time in the USA. It's prime time in the USA. It's yesterday night. It's yesterday night. Yesterday night. They watch us now. The three main networks' colors glow livid through drapes onto the lawn. Dishes are washed and homework done. The dog and grandma fall asleep. A car roars past, playing loud pop is gone. As I look down the road, I know America is good at heart. An old cold warrior piloting towards an unknown shore through shoals. The rats begin to chew the rats begin to chew the sheets. The rats begin to chew the sheets. The rats begin to chew the sheets. There's murmuring down below. There's murmuring. Now there's ingratitude. My hand is steady as a rock. A sound like morning doves reaches my ears. Nobody is a friend of ours. The nation's heartland skips a beat as our hands shield the spinning globe from the flamethrowers of the mob. Must press on. We know we want. Mr. President. Mr. President. Mr. President.
Shouldn't despise Chiang. No fear of that. We follow his career for
generations, there's not much beneath our notice.
We will touch on this in our communique.
A philosopher, I see that Paris can spare you then.
The chairman may be gratified to hear he's read at Harvard. I assign all 4 volumes.
Those books of mine aren't anything. Incorporate their words within a theme facade as form and common sense. Then try their strength on women's nerves. Then say they live.
Heaven's books enthrall a nation and have changed the world.
I could not change it. I'd be glad to think that in the neighborhood of the king, some things will remain.
Let us turn our talk towards Taiwan, Vietnam, and the problems there. Japan,
Save that for the premiere. My business is philosophy. Now, Dr. Kissinger, has made his reputation in foreign affairs.
my right-hand man. You'd never think to look at him that he's James Bond. And all the time he's doing undercover work. I had a cover
In the dawn, a diplomat,
when they're working on Paris. Stop! 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 He's a consummate when they're
You also dally with your girls.
His girls, not mine, he never tells. And this is an election year.
You know we'll meet with your confrère, the Democrat candidate, if he should win.
That is a fate we hope you won't have to endure. I'd like to make another tour as president.
You've got my vote. I back the man who's on the right.
Who's in the right? You mean
No, no.
what they put forward, we put through.
I like right-wingers. Nixon, Heath,
De Gaulle,
no, not de Gaulle. I'm loath to file him in that pigeonhole.
but Germany's another tale.
Before that once said the right wing forward will textbook what they come back into to step home at last. Your most rigid feelers devises as it goes along.
Now you're referring to Wending, Chiang, Tao, and Lily Fan.
I spoke steadily. The line we take now is a paradox. Among the followers of Marx, the extreme left, and after them, and to the fascists
And the far right,
true Marxism is followed by the extreme left. Occasionally the true left calls a spade, and tells the left is right.
that there's a certain well-known tree that grows from nothing in a day, lives only as a sapling, dies just at its prime, when good men raise it as their idol. Not the cross, the liberty tree, let it pass. It was a riddle, not a test. The revolution does not last. It is duration. The regime survives in that and not in time. While it is young in us, it lives. We can save it. It never saves. And wars will last 1,000 years. And wars will last 1,000 years. And wars will last 1,000 Founders come first. Founders come then profiteers. Founders come first. Then profiteers. Founders come first. Founders come then profiteers. Founders come first. Then profiteers. Founders come first. Then profiteers. Founders come first. Then profiteers. Capitalist, this is a man, this is a man, capitalist, an organized oblivion, the train, an organized oblivion, an organized oblivion, that cannot be misled, an organized oblivion. The yellow train has flown abroad. The yellow crane, the yellow crane has flown abroad. Think of what we've lost and gained since 49. The current trend suggests that China's future might break the futures market. That would be a break. No doubt a plunge into the New York Stock Exchange with lines on pockets here and there. Will these investments be secure? No, not precisely. There's the catch. You don't want China to be rich. You want to bring your boys back home. What if we do? You want to bring your boys back home. What if we do? What if we do? Is that a crime? Is that a crime?
Why should they? We have all we need. You missionaries, business-like, survey the field and then attack. Promise to change our rice to bread and wash us in our brother's blood and crucify us on a cross of usury. After them come the green berets, ensuring their securities.
There is the Chinese people's faith.
The people's faith. The people's faith. Another big Slvans. It's worked well for you. The people are determined to divide the land, to make it whole. Piecing a broken golden bowl, the golden bowl. The word has come, is there. The word has come, the word is there. The word to come is there. Has come, is there. The people are determined. We cried, long live the ancestors once. We cried, long live the ancestors once. We cried, long live the ancestors once. It's long live living now. It's long live living. It's long live living now.
History holds her breath. History holds her breath. History holds her breath. The people are determined to divide the land and make it whole and make it whole. The people are determined to divide the land and make it whole. History holds her breath.
We know the great silent majority will bide its time.
But I've lost.
We know the great
But
silent majority
I've lost.
will bide its time.
I've lost. The chairman means the dead. Confucius. The chairman means the dead. The chairman means the
We no longer need Confucius, where's he brought? No curse. Where's he composed to be their source? Only some sword into the tree, to grow again his branches, to grow again his branches. They spring from the land, they are alike, yes, food and drums. Upon a rock, they will build your tomb, but here was the earth,
I think this leap forward to light is the first step of all our youth, of all nations' youth. Our duty is to show them both their future and our past. The fire and the noon glare, how they inspire our poor dry bones, put us in mind of our forgotten dreams. We send children on our crusades. We bring children, our countries, right or wrong, then we retire.
Fathers and sons, let us join hands. Let us join hands. Let us join hands. Make peace for once. Fathers and sons, let us join hands. Let us join hands. Let us join hands, make peace for once. History's our mother, we best to her honor this way. History's our mother, we best to her honor this way.
That's true, sure. And yet we still must seize the hour and seize the day.
You overlook the fact that hands are raised to strike. hands are stretched out to seize their kill. Here where we stand, beyond the pale, your outstretched hand, the Russians wave, appear ambiguous. Forgive my bluntness.
I'm growing old and soft. I won't demand your overthrow.
Your life is known to all. It's a relief to think I may be spared.
I thought you might be overwhelmed.
My feet are firmly planted on the ground like yours. Like you, I take my stand among poor people. We can talk.
6 Crises isn't a bad book.
He reads too much. And say, has study given Chairman Mao an iron constitution?
No. No.
Founders come first.
Founders come first.
Then profiteers.
Then profiteers. Then profiteers.
Nixon stepped before the microphones, and he knew that the eyes of the world were upon him.
I propose a toast to the health of President Nixon and Mrs. Nixon.
I ask all of you present to join me in raising your glasses to Chairman Mao, to Prime Minister Chou, and to the friendship of the Chinese and American people.
Then President Nixon personally toasted Zhou En-lai. After that, he approached each of the various Chinese dignitaries, and there were a lot of them. It was a remarkable sight. Some 70 times he touched his lips to his glass. We quickly learned the word gambei, Chinese for bottoms up.
The night is young. The night is young.
Long, long train unwinding towards my dream.
The night is young. The night is young.
Right to the very last frontier. And they will come.
The night is young.
I love you,
You
dear.
must be worn out.
No, I washed and rested, so I feel refreshed. But you,
This hair agrees with me. Wish we could send some to D.C. I've never felt so good.
I saw snow moon on our way here. Snow, snow over China, think of that. It makes me shiver Just you wait till the toasting starts. Between the blues and praise you'll warm up then.
It may go to my head, it may go to my head.
And I might be a Russian spy.
Seriously?
You saw the moon in clouds and forecast snow. Go on.
Be a peacemaker, Premier Joe.
All Mrs. Nixon says is true enough. The pressure's falling fast. I feel it in my bones. At least this great hall of the people stands like a fortress against the heralds spring. I doubt that spring has come.
Take a deep breath if you can taste it. It's the truth, although there's nothing of all. A spring as good as
in the cold. Want more warmth, you mean? But could we not make the men perfect from this hearing from Tse-tung? He can't hear you. He's miles away. A Frenchman once observed to me, at the edge of the Rubicon, men don't go fishing. I know one statesman who thinks a fishing trip will help him land the great white hope. Intelligence is no bad thing, it's Henry's trump card. This stuff's strong poison, a universal cure, or so we call it over here. From
and gentlemen, comrades and friends, we have begun to celebrate the different ways that that led us to this mountain pass, this summit where we stand. Look down and think what we have undergone. Future and past lie far below, half visible. We marvel now that we survived those battles, took those shifting paths, blasted that rock to lay those graves. Through the cold night, uncompromising lines of thought attempted to find common ground where their militias might contend, confident that the day would come for shadow boxers to strike home. By the first light of dawn, the outlined cities of the plain, and see them still surrounded by the pastures of their tenantry. On land we have not taken yet innumerable blades of wheat salute the sun. Our children race downhill unflustered into peace. We will not sow their fields with salt or burn their standing crop. These terraces for them alone. The virtuous American and the Chinese make manifest their destinies in time. We toast that endless province whose frontier we occupy from hour to hour, holding in perpetuity the ground our people won today. From vision to inheritance, from vision to inheritance, from vision. Let us drink to the time when they shall be brothers again. Let us drink to the time when they shall be brothers again. Come down.
The music that I love outside America. I move a vote of thanks to one and all whose efforts made this possible. No one who heard could but admire your eloquent remarks, Premier. And millions more hear what we say through satellite technology, but never heard a public speech before. No one is out of touch. No one is out of touch. Telecommunication has broadcast your message into space. Yet soon our words won't be recalled, while what we do can change the world. We have at times been enemies. We still have differences, God knows. But let us, in these next 5 days, start a long march on new highways in different lanes, but parallel, and heading towards a single goal. The world watches and listens. We must seize the hour. We must seize the hour. We must seize the hour. We must seize the hour and seize the day. Washington's birthday, Washington's birthday, Washington's birthday, Washington's birthday, Washington's birthday, Washington's birthday. Everyone listen, listen, listen. Just
first let me say one thing. I oppose the China. I oppose the China. I oppose the China. I was because I was wrong, I was wrong, I was wrong,
I treat it Look down, look down, look down at the earth. Down from the north, the sun comes. Mile after mile, on each side of the ice-locked wall, vanishes. Far as you can see, you cannot see the land or sky. Far as you can see, you cannot see the land or sky. Surrounded by blind brothers, slow, muscle-bound, well-dressed, half awake, with liberty upon their back. Tell me, is it one of a kind? Is it one of a kind? It has been carefully designed by workers in our factory. They can make hundreds every day. Wonderful. Look down, look down, look down at the earth. A living current moves beneath rivers, caught in the hand of death. Rivers caught in the hand of death. Rivers caught in the hand of death. Serpentine mountains cross the plain to bask in an uncertain sun. And elephantine hills rejoice, advancing toward the sky of ice. This country is so beautiful. One fine day you will see it all. This is the People's Clinic. Ouch! I think it's sort of good to watch. Do not distress yourself, she begs. She will get well. Come see the pigs. taken by surprise. Yes, let the band play on and on. Let the stand-up comedian finish his act. Let Gypsy Rose kick off her high-heeled party shoes. Let interested businessmen speculate further. Let rotting down the edge of mortality. weather's warming up. Look, the sky's clear now. Watch your step, I say before you. Watch it, please, Mrs. Nixon. Watch, watch. Oh yes. And look, another elephant. My hello, Grandma. I was meant to come here. What a lovely park, time for a picnic. They could work stone in those days. They were rusty and dug their own graves. They rose up like statues covered in the dust of their creation. Communist elements. Men like these, the oldish revolution of the world, swimming through space as fish swim through the sea, resting in currents. Only got 2 moles of rice a day. The salt was black. They drank white tea. It sounds like you remember them. We should go back now. What a shame.
By October 1976, 4 years after Richard Nixon journeyed to Peking, China's aged leaders Mao Tse-tung and Zhou En-lai had died. In a sudden political reversal, Mao's wife, the powerful and ruthless Chiang, was arrested with a band of radical left-wing cohorts known as the Gang of Four. They were charged with crimes against the state, and to this day, Madame Mao is still in prison. One evening during the Nixon visit, however, the volatile Madame Mao was very much in evidence. This, after all, was her show. A former actress, she admired such American films as Gone with the Wind and The Sound of Music. Madame Mao had created a ballet on revolutionary themes called The Red Detachment of Women. This masterpiece, to my eye, the choreography would do credit to Radio City Music Hall, was the entertainment offered the presidential party during its second night in China. There on the front row, bottles of tea and orange drink out on the table before them, sat Richard and Pat Nixon, happily chatting with Madame Mao and the Zhou En-lais. A rare event that. Both the capitalist and the communist had a captive audience. The plot of Madame Mao's ballet is resolutely political, depicting the overthrow of a wealthy, wicked landholder by a valiant peasant girl who escapes bondage and joins the Women's Brigade of the Red Army. Inspiration for Madame Mao's ballet was her husband's famous motto, "Political power grows out of the barrel of a gun." In fact, the Red Detachment of Women was a tribute to Madame Mao's utter sterilization of the arts. She violently opposed opening China to outsiders, including the ugly Americans. She wanted China closed to all foreign influence, as it had been for 20 years. In the opera, Nixon in China, fantasy takes wing during the presentation of the Red Detachment of Women. On occasion, we see actual quotes from Madame Mao's original dance steps, but poetic license imparts a wildly surrealistic new dimension to the choreography and plot. The character of the evil landholder, for example, is portrayed by no less than, get this, Henry Kissinger. And the Nixons become so engrossed in the plight of the heroine that they themselves become participants in the ballet's chaotic action. During the Cultural Revolution, if a ballet, play, or an opera somehow strayed from official communist ideology, it would be brutally interrupted by Madame Mao and her gang of four and made to conform to current party doctrine. Just so, during the performance of the Red Detachment of Women, recreated in Nixon in China, Madame Mao suddenly halts the action of her ballet, launching into a polemical tirade, the startling, high-flown coloratura aria, I Am the Wife of Mao Tse-tung. Scene 5 of Nixon in China, the President attends the ballet.
When When the first cut, come on, you slut! When the first cut, spoiler of 10, I started in, man upon hand, man upon hand, man upon hand, man upon hand, man upon hand. She was so hot, I was hard put to be polite.
How thin you are, if every scar on this poor back could only speak, these walls would crack, this thick walled heart cast in the dirt would raise the cry, hate tyranny, hate tyranny, hate tyranny, hate tyranny, hate tyranny, tyranny, tyranny.
This is the fate of all who set small against great. Leave it to rot.
its trials into the war. Flesh rebels, the body pulls those inflamed souls that mark its trials into the war. Arm this soldier, rise up in arms. Arm this soldier, rise up in arms. Tropical storms uproot the palms, ending their sway. Tropical storms uproot the palms, ending their sway. The Red Army showed us the way. The Red Army showed us the way. The Red Army showed us the way. From the scorched earth people step forth, over dead wood and over the dead. Over dead wood and over the dead. Over dead wood and over the dead. Follow their lead. Follow their lead. Follow their lead. Follow their lead. Lead. The hand grenade beats in the chest. Let the heart burst. Let the clenched fist strike the first blow. For Chairman Mao, and overthrow the tyrant and share out the land, and share out the land. Share out the land, unclench the fist. Let the heart burst, and so broadcast, the dragon's teeth, you kill and kill. Seen up, you've seen. The dragon's teeth, you kill and kill. Your flesh and blood. Your flesh and blood. Your flesh and blood. Your flesh and blood. Your flesh and blood.
I flatter myself, I know my fan. Must take one on the face and the coin, you'll see what I mean. The Empire failed and the man with his shoulder against the roulette wheel. He stands like a stone wall, and stinks of success. I'm here to liaise with the backroom boys who know how to live. And me, I contrive to catch a few crumbs. The ringleaders' names, the gist of their schemes. Who's change?
Dear friend, something for you. You're talking like a real pro.
little treasure, your precious power, your sweet revenge. Nothing can change without discipline. Nothing can change without discipline. Nothing. Nothing. Give me that gun. Give me that gun. Give me that gun.
Who raised the wing above the storm?
fourth day of his visit to Peking, President Nixon and others of his entourage made the 40-minute excursion to the Great Wall of China. The Great Wall, 4,000 miles of it, started well before the birth of Christ, served the Chinese as protection and as a means of communication and transportation. The day the president visited the Great Wall, this mighty construction became something far more, a symbol of a bridge built between nations. The air was crisp and clear, a beautiful day. Oh, but it was cold. My, it was cold. The president was in good spirits, and he spoke informally with us members of the press.
As we look at this wall, we do not want walls of any kind between peoples. And I think one of the results of our trip, we hope, may be that the walls that are erected, whether they are physical walls like this, or whether they are other walls of ideology or philosophy, will not divide peoples in the world.
All of us on this trip to China, closed to Americans for a generation, felt like we were explorers. Each night, in a quiet moment, I would attempt to better comprehend the remarkable quest for peace to which I found myself an observer. Each night, I would imagine that President and Mrs. Nixon did very much the same, and the other participants in our drama, too. Mao Tse-tung and Madame Mao, Zhou En-lai, Henry Kissinger. They surely had private thoughts and reflections. Their lives had taken such diverse roads, but had tellingly intersected for this brief moment in history. The final scene of Nixon in China presents what might have been the personal musing of our cast of characters. In the end, what did President Nixon's trip mean? 16 years later, peace endures, trade flourishes, there are cultural and scientific exchanges, and each year thousands of American tourists now are visiting the People's Republic of China. At the time of Richard Nixon's first trailblazing trip, André Malraux, the celebrated French novelist, critic, and government official, commented with his accustomed wisdom, "It will take 50 years to figure out exactly what happened in China that last week of February 1972. With all the good we recognize, his assessment stands.
Fight, we die. That's how it goes. I am alone. Give me a cigarette.
Come down, give me your hand to hold, man.
Why not?
And to what end? Tell me.
Premier, please. Where's the toilet?
Through that door.
Excuse me for one moment, please.
We saw our parents' nakedness. Rivers of blood will be required to cover them. Rivers of blood.
I squeezed your paycheck till it screamed. There was the rent. There were those debts not covered. And the groceries.
You made that place a home.
That place was heaven next to this.
Sitting around the radio with the enlisted men, I knew my time had come. The signal cleared, transmitting nothing like a word. There was a cross round one guy's neck. I noticed that.
You told me, dear.
The corrugated metal roof shook in the rain. The men were safe. I said goodbye to you then, Pat.
Did you?
Then I began to wait. The rain seeped in under the door. The lights went out.
You told me.
That was the time I should have died. Let us examine what you did. We led a quiet life. We grew stronger. We walked behind the plow. And as we worked year after year, the yellow dust that filled the air softened the Buddha's well-known face and made him seem like one of us.
We ate wild apricots.
The taste is still in my mouth.
Once we had roast chicken with peppers.
And a light film of dust settled on each plate. Your few subjectivist mistakes only confirm mythology's eternal charm. Rose from a state of seeming rest. This landscape offers up the ghost. An ancient tactical retreat, retrenched in the inanimate. These things were men. These were men. These things were men. These things were men. When I woke up, I dimly realized the Jap bombers had given us a miss.
Thank heaven for
Then I
that.
went out. Already it was getting hot. A cloud of steam arose from the base, just like a Roman sacrifice.
I never doubted you'd come back.
I felt so weak. I felt so weak with disappointment and relief.
Never doubted you'd come back.
Everything seemed larger than life.
Pure is pure.
This landscape offers up the groaning children and nameless an ancient tactical retreat, retrenched in the inanimate and nameless your few subjectivist mistakes my only confirm mythologies dead in my footsteps. This landscape offers my ghost like dead leaves. No one I kill, but those I saw starved to death. Only that skin like cellophane. Take them and press them. It fall was exiled. Behave as if the means were not the places of the wise. They can extend the farm exposed. These echoes only they can where the minds
After that, sweat had soaked my uniform.
Did indeed.
I began to take in all the sights.
You always
Picture 1,000 coconuts like mansions' heads, ornated masks, milk oozing from their broken husks, the flooded rib of a palm frond where several centipedes had drowned, unsanded wood that smelled like meat. Jesus, it grabbed you by the throat.
What I was doing there, pressing on, as if you'd walk in at any
to your ear, while the canal sounds distant, roughly like the sea east is land. As we ride eastwards to Peking, preoccupied with our last long triumphal march, we have to wait to the early light and mountains fall. We strike while they're still asleep. A single spark sets them alight. Cast the net wide. I sure did. I had a system, 5-card stud, taught me a lot about mankind. Speak softly and don't show your hand became my motto.
Tell me more.
Well, the Pacific Theater was not much to write home about.
Yes, dear, I think you told me that. I read it.
I was Nick. I must have told you that. Christ, it was beautiful. I swapped Spam for hamburger meat and roped in a few men to rig a stand. They called it Nick's customer is king. Sorry, we're low on relish. Drinks. This is my way of saying thanks. I am old and cannot sleep forever, like the young, nor hope that death will be a novelty, but endless wakefulness. When I put down my work and go to bed, how much of what we did was good? Everything seems to move beyond our remedy. Come, heal this wound. At this hour, nothing can be done. Just before dawn, the birds begin, the warblers who prefer the dark, the caged birds and silk,